Don't you? I mean,
yeah.
you know, so you do two shows 2 days a week and then obviously every night.
Yes. Only day we have off is Sunday. And I'm famous for sleeping till 5, 6, or 7 p.m.
Really?
On Sundays, yeah. I sleep all day.
And how do you find the discipline of, you know, a show every night, all that stuff? I mean, are you sort of locked into a routine?
I attributed this to not only my father and my mother. We always played music in the house when we were kids. And every role that I've done, from Jerry Maguire, Men of Honor, anything, I always have a soundtrack of music. When I walk into that theater and I hear the orchestra start to warm up and they start to play the things and cellophane and all that jazz, I get right into character. And I think that's the one thing that makes me fall in love with musical theater. The music to to Chicago is, there's a reason why this play's been on 20 some odd years. It's magical. And when you hear it and the band start to play, it just puts you right in the spirit.
It's like being there.
I don't need to go see it now. You've done.
No, oh, yes, you do.
Go up to it. You mentioned Jerry Maguire.
Yes.
And we'll all remember your acceptance speech at the Oscars.
Yeah.
And was that a kind of a bad thing in some ways to happen in your career, to have that huge?
Let me say, absolutely not. Because when I die, they say Academy Award winner Cuba Gooding Jr. But to answer your question more to your point is, yeah, I went a year without working.
Did you? People say this, and it.
Yeah, I think the explanation was every casting director would offer my name, and they'd say, "Show me the money." Well, he's too big. What are we gonna? He's him. He's Rod Tidwell. He can't do drama. And then drama people say he can't do comedy. It was like, it was the one thing. It was that thing in every role. I couldn't be subtle in a role after that.
Yeah.
So what was
until I started working again.
Yeah, and what was the thing that got you out of that?
What Dreams May Come, with Robin Williams. Oh, I cried when he passed. It was the role that showed that I could be still on camera again.
Robin Williams, I mean, you've worked with some extraordinary people over the years.
Oh, the best.
But Robin Williams, I mean, I've never met him, but you feel like he was one of those people, like a force of nature.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We had this one scene, because the movie took place in the afterlife, where I was trying to teach him how to walk on water, because he was still holding his anxiety of being alive. So we're walking, and then as he walks, he kind of falls and then finally goes underwater. And as you know, Robin Williams is a master of improv. So every take, he would say something funny, and I'd say something funny, he'd say something, and he'd never let the takes go without him answering something funny I said. So finally on the last take, he went underwater, and then I said the response to his joke, and they said cut, and he popped underwater. He goes, "You waited till I went under." I said, "You damn right." Yes, I did. Because you can't win with Robin. His mind's that fast.
I mean, you talk about being immersed in the role, and I know you've talked about it before, being playing O.J. Simpson, and that kind of sort of really shook you up a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did. I used to laugh when actors say, "Oh, I lived with this role for a year after," and I go, it's just acting.
Yeah.
But the darkness that character, that it took me emotionally for that character, and the parallels that I had with O.J. Simpson in my life, personally, being separated, having kids his age, all the weird coincidences in our lives really affected me, and it was one of those roles that it took me a while to shake. I get it now.
Right. And you talked at the beginning about the emotion of being on stage, and your dad having been a singer and whatever. Do you feel like it's kind of appearing in the West End in London? You know, is that like a box ticking thing? Is that a thing like now I've done that?
It's a feather in my cap that I will cherish for the rest of my life, and also look to do again. But that was one of the things, you know, you have certain accomplishments as a working actor, especially in Los Angeles. You want to be on Broadway. You know, you want to have walked on the stage at the Oscars, either to present or win one. And you want to come to the West End Theater. You just do. Where Shakespeare was, where Sir Laurence Olivier, especially the theater that Sir Laurence Olivier was in at the Phoenix Theater. I mean, it's like, I cried like a little girl.
Really? Do you mean like...
Yeah, that's true. I said it. I cried like a little bitch. Okay.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Should I leave? Find money?
Do you mean immediately after the performance?
I mean, the moment I walked on that stage, tears dropped down like I was a little girl with pigtails.
That's better.
Because I felt, I felt the energy of that theater, and I felt God's calling for me in my life was supposed to be right where it was at that time.
Doesn't get bigger than that.
Well, your energy is infectious.
Yes.
Thank you.
For this early in the morning.
Yes, and I apologize for the colorful language.
Yeah. And we echo.
That's why they put the colored guy so far on the couch. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But ask yourself, is this so bad?
This is not so bad.
That's it. It's a group hug.
Look at this.
We've recovered.
It's a Cuba Gooding sandwich. Hey, get out of my pocket.
What are we doing next?
That's my wallet.
Do you want to do the next
Do you know what we're doing
Yes,
next?
I do.
We're gonna.
And Chicago is on in the West End until October.
It'd be a miracle.
When U.S. presidents leave office, it's not uncommon for them to shed light on their time in the White House in multi-million-dollar memories.
We should explain. This is your former.
But Bill Clinton has used his experiences to write a thriller about twice a cyber attack in Washington. He's teamed up with the world's best-selling novelist James Patterson.
He has.
Yes, he has. They've been speaking to our art. This is hard. You guys are good. To our arts correspondent Rebecca Jones. Hit it, girl.
There's an old saying, at least in American English, that you can't